Hey everyone, this is the Let's Pop Art podcast where we explore the ever-changing world of art, digital art, design, content creation, and more. Just a little tidbit before we get started. The podcast has been created for entertainment and educational purposes only, and nothing in the content should be taken as investment advice. For more information, see the full disclaimer at letspopart.popshow.co. Again, that is letspopart.popshow.co. So let's get into it and have some fun. So let's get into this. This is our first episode of 2023, and we are jumping right in. So Happy New Year to everyone. As we begin to take this walk into the creative, stylish, artistic, and unique world of typography, this subtle art form is so present in our lives that sometimes it zooms right past us. But typography is everywhere, from all the street signs we see in cities, on roadways, and on highways, to the advertising that we see on subways, trains, buses, trucks, and taxis. Then there is the signage that we see on buildings, businesses, billboards, and storefronts. Then there is everything we see on TV, movies, commercials, websites, web applications, mobile applications, and social media. If you might feel adventurous on a day off, count how many times you see text and typography flashed in front of you in a day. We think you will be very surprised and see that it is all around us. If you live in a city like New York City, there are signs everywhere. But if you are someone who might live in a suburban area, you might be fascinated by how many signs you will see at an indoor or outdoor mall, and the typography used on all the storefronts. Once we start to become conscious of the fact that it is all around us, that is when the fun can really start. So let's dive in and start discussing fonts and the fact that there are a lot of them. When we did a simple search, we got a few different numbers. If you are interested, we will let you dive in on your own. But the simple answer is, there are a lot. So let's say the idea of taking stock of how much typography you might see in a day sounds fun, but you feel you just don't have enough time to do a whole day. Well, there are a lot of different variations that could apply if you might want to simplify this exercise. Let's say you might have an hour for lunch outside in a city or outdoor mall. Take a look at the storefronts and the typography that you see. Some might be artistic, and some might be classic. But if you get to the point that you might ask yourself, okay, what font is that one? That might be a sign that the typography lions have awakened and you are now becoming passionate about typography. With all the software and mobile applications out there for graphic design, beginners with little or no experience can start to play with different fonts and start to delve into the world of typography. And if you even might want to take a simpler route, you could just start with word processing software and play with different fonts that way. For those of you who are highly experienced graphic designers, typographers, or both, this might seem simple and not of value to you, but the process of having a good eye for fonts and design is something that we are sure you would agree always takes practice. So let's ask a question to the highly experienced graphic designers and typographers out there. Do you think it is possible for a beginner in the world of typography, graphic design, or both to come into a room with experienced designers and pick a better font for an advertising campaign, and therefore astonish your design team? We are on the glass half full side when it comes to this question, thinking that the answer is yes. For beginners diving into the world of typography and graphic design, you might be surprised just how fast you can progress and the amazing things you can do pretty quickly. And at the very least, you might have some new, exciting, and creative ways to create content for social media. But that is just the start. With photo editing, image creation, and graphic design software, along with vector-based editing software mixed with the use of typography, a whole creative artistic world awaits you. So if the next time you are watching a TV show or movie and you find that you are asking yourself what font is in the introduction text or title of the content, it might be a sign that those typography lines have awakened and you are now on your journey into typography. But for those of you who may have been on this journey for a while or a long time, we are pretty sure you would agree it could possibly be a good exercise to step back and look at the whole process through beginner's eyeglasses. Design is a funny game, but the neat thing about it is no one really holds the key. A beginner can come along and do something miraculous, and so could someone with intermediate skills or advanced skills in design. Because we see typography used so much in advertising, it can cast a shadow on all the creative and storytelling aspects of typography. But the way we see it is that typography is this amazing creative art form. Here at the Let's Pop Art podcast, we create content in the hopes of inspiring people to be creative. We try to spread our enthusiasm for art, crafts, and design, and hope that folks will have fun creating like we do. It is a real joy for us to create this podcast, and we like the creative journey and the process it takes to create it. We hope you liked our thoughts on typography and this episode titled Taking a Walk into the Creative, Stylish, Artistic, and Unique World of Typography. Until next time, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the Let's Pop Art podcast, and if you'd like to continue the conversation, you can read our blog. Okay, so what about take 2? We hope you enjoyed the Let's Pop Art podcast, and if you'd like to continue... Okay, take 3. We hope you enjoyed the Let's Pop Art podcast, and if you'd like to continue the conversation, you can read our blog at letspopart.popshow.co or visit us on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. Until next time, thanks for listening.